Oh, you thought this was over, that it was just going to end like that, and there was just going to be one playthrough of it, even though I told you there was going to be a second playthrough of it? Oh yeah, no, tick-tock, clock don't stop, we're coming back to Ace Academy. We're getting the love, we're getting the romance this time around, and added bonus, now you can actually see my reactions and everything as we play along. I'm sure this is what you've all really been waiting for. So, how about we go ahead and get started with a brand new game. Now, this is the one thing that I always had questions about. I don't know if this actually has any effect on the game whatsoever. Welcome to Ace Academy. Let's get a few things set up for you. Male MC's name, we're not going with Fart Furter. I know I made a joke about Fart Burger, but I'm thinking about what if we do... What do I have? I have a drink. It has absolute lime and cranberry. You know what? I'm going to go with Turdburger. That's the name I'm going with. Turdburger. Turdburger Absolute. Absolute cran. There we go. Cool. Proceed to Turdburger Absolute Cran. Absolutely. Cheers to that. Yes, I want the worst name possible. Please select Turdburger's main characteristic. Now, this is the thing that I was a little confused about, because I don't know if this actually has any effect on anything. Speed and endurance come natural to me. Okay. So does this mean that, like, those reaction times aren't there anymore? Intuitive. Do they look stressed? Body language, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to go with athletic. Done. That's it. Good luck at Ace Academy. Oh, we're right back in it again.
Attention passengers. We will be arriving at our destination shortly. Please ensure you have all your belongings prior to exiting.
It's also nice. I don't have to read as much now. I can just listen and stare at you as much as I'd like. Anyway. All right, enough of the periods, Turdburger. We have a story to get through. Something strikes my cheek. I turn away from the window and see a small hand beside me. It's Nikki. It's Nikki. There she is. I glance at her sleeping form. She was always a bit of a restless sleeper. I move her hand back to her side, not as gently as I could have done it. We're almost there. She may as well wake up. She stirs and stretches with a wide yawn, hitting me in the face. That one she must have done on purpose.
Oh, hey, bro. Looks like I dozed off there. Did you sleep well?
I sure did. I had this really weird nightmare where we went through this whole game, and for some reason I didn't end up with anybody, and instead it became about you finding the love of your life. What a crazy dream, right? Revenge. I glance out of the corner of her eye and stretch just as widely, catching her on the cheek. Hey! She swats back at me, but I just laugh. Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there.
Rude.
Whatever. The sun shines in my eyes, catching my attention. The sky is ablaze with deep reds and oranges, like Kaori, as the sun creeps towards its reflection of the glittering ocean. As a soft breeze ripples the trees beyond the coast, the leaves seem to wave goodbye to us as we race past.
Doesn't it look like something out of a fairy tale?
I mean, it's 2049, so would it really be a fairy tale at this point? There's a smile on her lips, but her warm eyes search my own. After a moment, she looks down and slinks back to her chair.
You know, you didn't have to come too. You were already in your first year at CINY, and, well, you didn't have to come too.
Great, back I go then. Bye! That's a relief. I'll just wait for this train to turn around, and then I'll take my first flight back to the States. Yeah, your guilt tripping ain't working this time around. Her eyes grow wide, and she bites her lip, trying to keep the worry out of her face. I can't help but laugh. We're starting over here. A new life. There's no way I'd let you do that alone. Relief floods her face as she smiles. But more importantly, I hear Japanese college girls are total babes. Yeah, specifically 3 of them. One of them's French. Nikki's smile stays, but she rolls her eyes.
You're ridiculous.
I sure am.
We have arrived at Izokaze Station. Please stand clear of the doors.
Oh, Izokaze, so good to see you again.
Oh, that's our stop. Come on.
All right. As we exit the train, I'm bombarded with a cacophony of noise. A businessman walks briskly past her, talking sternly on his phone, while a nearby mother tries in vain to soothe her screaming child. A group of older women sneak quick glances at us and exposition. Nikki eagerly steps off the train and breathes in the cool air.
That's more like it.
Yes, that fresh Japanese air. She glances back at me and puts her hands on her hips.
Hurry up, Slowpoke.
Listen, I'm athletic this time around. I have no problem burning your ass like I'm Usain Bolt. I carry both our luggage with ease and nimbly step onto the platform. You see Uncle Kaito yet?
Not yet. When were we supposed to meet him?
I don't know. Why don't we remember when we were supposed to meet people? 6:30-ish? Looks like he's running a bit late. Probably traffic. After a few minutes of scanning, a familiar face appears out of the crowd. It's Uncle Kaito! His face splits in a wide grin.
Welcome to Japan!
Oh yes, I remember you and your hilariously funny broken English, Uncle Kaito. Never change, never change. Anyway, Nikki giggles at Kaito's English.
Hello, my name is Nikki.
Okay, last time I did the hero. Let's go with Uncle Kaito speaks fluent English. I spoke to you 2 hours ago. You don't talk like that. Kaito shoots me an impish grin.
Darn, foiled again.
Yeah, uh-huh. Also, feed us! A loud grumble interrupts us.
Sorry.
Sorry? Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm pretty sure that a number of the voice actors and the people in Pixel Fade are from Canada. I think they're from Canada. I'm positive. I'm not 100% sure they might be Canadian. Anyway, Uncle Kaito roars with laughter.
Let's get some food in you.
Uh-huh. I'll get some drink in me. I prefer that. Alrighty. Turdburger.
Welcome home.
It's the so familiar living room. This place is the opposite of the cozy yet cramped apartment I expected. Instead, I feel like I've just walked into the cover of a home decor magazine.
You guys hungry? Dinner should be here soon.
Motherfucker can't cook, so he's just gonna deliver it. He's gonna have it delivered.
Sweet. What are we having?
Well, I figured it'd be good to expose you to some true Japanese cuisine.
Sweet. Hibachi it is. Which is?
Sushi, of course. 100% bona fide nigiri sushi tomaki sushi.
Yeah, that sounds great. Anyway, damn, I hate raw fish. Sushi? Kaito winks at me.
Don't worry, kiddo. Not everything is sashimi. Trust me, you'll love it.
Oh, is that what I picked last? Yeah, that sounds very familiar. Still not convinced.
By the way, your things came in a few days ago. I put them in your rooms. Why don't you two go upstairs and start unpacking while I get dinner ready?
Okay, sounds good. Nikki nods and we head upstairs together. Oh man, it's all coming back to me. The hallway is narrower than the one back home, but Kaito's house is not small. Nikki heads into the first room of the night. The right. My room is right beside her, and Kaito is further down the hall. I know all the things you'll do in there, Nikki. One in particular that we will get back to. Hopefully it's a lot funnier this time around. Even when all the boxes lying around, I'm surprised by how spacious my room is. It might even be larger than my dorm room at CINY. I head over to the wall and sit on the edge of my bed. Thank goodness Kaito has the beds made before we even arrive. I don't even remember which box holds my linens. Maybe it's this one? I pull the nearest towards me and rip open the top. Just clothes in here. May as well start putting some of this away though. Man, really wish I could take a drink. I just emptied the box where Kaito's voice echoes from downstairs.
Hey guys, fruits here!
Hooray! I'm hungry. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Oh.
I'm stuffed.
Oh no, you're stuffed. I'll take everything else that you won't eat. Me big boy. Me athletic man. Me must grow. Muscles get big. Om nom nom. I eagerly reach for more even after Nikki and Kaito have put down their chopsticks.
Are you sure you don't like sushi?
I just like food, honestly.
Wow, he's really wolfing it down.
I also like that I'm still staying true to exactly how I played the first time, option-wise. I finished the last piece of insightful burp.
So, what did you think?
Ah, whatever. It's okay. Kaito sees right through my attempt to play it cool and sees smile and triumph. Kaito leans back in his chair, resting his hands behind his head.
So, what was CINY like?
Like the usual exams, a messy dorm room, a part-time job, 8 million people. Well, actually, no, if this is set in the future 20 years later, 10 million people.
And you still managed to save enough money to buy yourself a bike.
You know, thank God America doesn't deal with that whole student loan crisis anymore in 20 years. True, I could have bought it sooner if maintaining a gear wasn't such a money sink. Really? The gear was the problem?
Oh, you're still using your original gear?
Damn right I am! I love Eagle! Yep.
Is it giving you trouble? You should probably replace it if it needs that many fixes.
No! It's out of the question. Everyone says that, but when I think about all the time I spent with Dad, I'm not really ready to put those memories aside, especially now that they can never be replaced. Besides, Dad was great at what he did. I know there's still plenty of fight left in that mech. I guess, but Dad and I worked on it together. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into it, and I'm not quite ready to give up on all that hard work.
It's true. Especially that one time when Butterfingers here dropped the torch. Remember that? There was a lot of blood.
Yeah, there were gonna be a lot of blood at the end of this the end of this playthrough too. I know what happens! Nikki! She smiles sweetly at me.
What? I'm just backing you up, big bro.
I'm not gonna back you up when your boyfriend comes this time. I'm not approving of him. Uncle Kaito laughs. I'm vengeful.
I understand. It should be arriving at the academy any day now. All you'll have to do is present the proper ID to claim it.
Okay, visa, gonna need my passport, whatever silly things that we'll possibly need to prove that it's mine.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me.
Uncle Kaito jumps to his feet and grabs something off a nearby table. He returns with a packet of papers, which he hands to Nikki.
Here are your transfer papers. They're already filled out, and all the docs you need are in there. All you have to do is hand this to the headmaster first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Uncle.
Thanks, Uncle.
Here,
He hands each of us a SIM card.
put these SIM cards into your phones. I've already added credit to them to start you off.
Sweet, I'm just gonna run your bill up straight through the roof. Kaito looks over at me.
And you took care of your transfer stuff?
Yeah, whatever. Can we get to the women, please? I nod. Literally.
Great.
That's so weird that I think I actually commented on that effect happening the first time around. That doesn't happen for the rest of the game to my knowledge. I pop the new SIM card into my phone. After a moment of waiting, the phone boots up to an empty contacts list. I quickly exchange numbers with Nikki and Kaito, and I add the rest of my old contacts later.
Don't hesitate to call me if you need it.
I will never call you ever. We won't. The conversation lulls into a silence. Hey Nikki, we should probably unpack a bit before the jet lag takes over.
Good idea.
All right. Don't stay up too late, though. You both have a long day ahead of you tomorrow.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna stay up till 3 in the morning. It's the Holiday Inn up in here. We excuse ourselves from the table and head upstairs. Boom, 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 ba-rum, bum, bum. All right, time to unpack. And then, just like magic, everything's there. I managed to put most of my things before I'm interrupted.
You done unpacking yet?
No, Nikki, please go away. I can't. No, not now. Nikki seems tense, although there's a small smile on her lips. Her brows are furrowed in worry. Just about. What about you?
Almost. But hey, what do you think about this whole uniform thing? It's kind of weird, isn't it?
No, it's sexy, and I'm gonna fall in love with one of the women who are wearing their uniforms. She shifts uncomfortably from one foot to the other. I think it's a great idea. It doesn't make a difference. It'll be just like one of my Japanese animes. I think I picked that one before. I'm just gonna go with it doesn't make a difference. Doesn't matter, we'll get used to it. Nikki stares at the ground.
I suppose you're right. Oh, I almost forgot. What kind of uniform do you have to wear anyway? I mean, mine's normal, but you're going to Ace Academy?
I will be wearing a uniform that makes me look like an astute citizen here in Japan. Well, not necessarily a citizen. I guess my uniform has teal in it. And that's really all that matters. I shrug. The dress code said something about distinguishing the students in the pilot department from the rest of the student body. The pilot has to wear teal markings to indicate their program. Yes, I will look like a distinguished male at Ace Academy who is way further above anyone else. Anyone else.
Ooh, that sounds good. You transferred directly into their pilot program, right?
Of course I did. Nobody can go through this story without their main protagonist. Yep.
I heard that program's hard to get into, but I never doubted you. I hope they're ready for you because you're going to kick butt.
Not according to my comment section. My comment section said I sucked ass. Thanks, sis. The clock on my nightstand flashes 11 p.m. I think it's time to go to bed.
What? Already?
Yeah, go to bed. I've got 4 hours of God knows what you don't need to know. I gently herd her out of my room.
But it's not that late.
It's late enough. Go. Leave. Come on, you don't want to fall asleep in class now, do you? She pouts and I'm worried she'll continue to argue, but she just mumbles something incoherent and turns towards her room. Yeah, get on out of here. Get. Good night.
Night.
I return to the mess of my boxes and try to organize them into something resembling a neat pile. As I reach for the last box, a picture frame falls to the ground with a loud clatter. My heart tightens in my chest as I snatch it up and inspect for any fractures. Luckily, it's unharmed. It's a picture of our family! Oh, it's also me. There we go. It's a picture of our family! Look at how nice we look. Oh. Oh, also, this is going to be obnoxious to try to get thumbnails for, because I'm now realizing that my stupid face is going to be in the way of everything. Too bad. Also, hi Pikachu. How you doing, buddy? Pikachu's here along for the ride. Anywho, I run my finger over our smiling faces. Me, Nikki, Mom, and Dad. Oh, Mama didn't get any of that hair going there. The blondes run dormant. The blondes run dominant. I guess we got our eyes, but she's like, so we can't really see them brown eyes. We were at the fair, and Nikki wanted to ride the roller coaster. I remember Mom and I had just argued over something stupid before the picture was taken, but you'd never be able to tell from this photo. Mom always looked so poised and together. I placed the frame beside my computer, trying to ignore the lump in my throat. You know what? Actually, I can fix this. Hold on. I want that to be the thumbnail for today's episode. Do you know what this means? Aha! I've gone away! Where have I gone? Oh man, wow. That's weird. It was so weird. It was like I was just here a second ago, and now I'm back. Okay. I lay on my bed and close my eyes, but my thoughts refuse to quiet. Eventually, my exhaustion takes over and I fall asleep among a tangle of questions and what-ifs running through my mind. Oh no, I'm late for my first day of class. Oh no, wait, what? Soft sunlight filters through my window, warming my cheek. The distant melody of this theme song is nearly the bird song is drowned out by the annoying blare of my alarm. Oh yeah, because nothing warms me up to this game like hearing this theme song over and over and over again. I roll away from the window and see 7 o'clock a.m. flash on my clock. That can't be right, can it? Yes, it can. Time to get up, because I know that my sister is making me breakfast and I want to be up in time to get it. I turn off my alarm. I've never been a morning person, but I actually don't feel as tired as I normally would. I'm even feeling kind of energized. Jet lag works in mysterious ways, I guess. At least I won't be late for my first day. Pushing myself out of bed, I automatically begin my morning ritual. Without thinking, I grab my jeans and have them halfway up my legs before I notice the uniform slung over my chair. Crap! This will take some getting used to. I slip off my pants and grab my uniform. I'll admit, as far as uniforms go, these aren't that bad. They're a little too flashy for my taste and not at all what I was expecting, but the cut is flattering and the teal stripes look pretty cool. Hey, listen. You're a stud, Turdburger, okay? You're a stud this time around. You need to look to the fucking 9s in this playthrough, okay? So no complaining, you go along and you accept, alright? Okay, everybody happy. I face the mirror to fix my tie. The knot could be better. Could be better. But there haven't been many opportunities in which I've needed to wear a tie. I still look damn good, which is all that matters. After a quick check to make sure I have all my things, I head downstairs. It's a long trip downstairs. I soon arrive in the kitchen, eager to begin my day. Waking up successfully at this hour feels kind of like a big accomplishment. Nikki, where's my pancakes and eggs and sausage and bacon and toast? I want all of it. Nikki stifles a yawn as she sets down a plate of eggs and toast. All right, we're halfway there. Now, where's the rest of my breakfast? Suddenly, I don't feel so accomplished. Did you make one for me too? Did you make one for me too? She blinks in surprise and takes a moment for her to respond.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Oh, good, because we would have been fighting if you didn't. She grins and places another plate down on the table.
Look at you, big bro. Waking up bright and early.
Oh.
You're taking starting over to the next level.
Damn right. Now, breakfast. Hey, I tried. Hey, where's Uncle Kaito? Also, why don't our names make any sense?
He already left for work, so we'll have to lock up when we leave.
Uh-huh. I nod and she sidles over to me, wearing a playful look. In her white shirt and plaid skirt, she does a little twirl and looks expectantly at me.
So?
She does look cute. This is going to make my job hard. What do you mean by so? My little sister can't be this cute. What do you mean by so? I stare blankly at her. So what? She rolls her eyes, but her voice is still sickly sweet.
Don't you notice anything different about me today?
No, not really. Also, game. I still don't get this weird thing where you want, like, the sister and brother to be a thing. It's awkward as fuck. Did she get a haircut? No. Dyed her hair? No. New style? Maybe. Not sure. Should I go with that? Nikki taps her foot, her smile faltering. I need to say something soon. I like what you did with your hair?
No.
Shoot, okay. What about her eyes? Colored contacts? No, they're the same color as your eyes, Fartfurter. Not Fartfurter, sorry. Your Turdburger. Nope, still amber. It's your ridiculous clothes. Nikki's eyes widen. She kind of looks like she got the wind knocked out of her. I'm right, aren't I?
Ridiculous? Oh my god. Do I look just awful?
Yes. No, of course not. I mean, it's a weird choice, but if you're gonna go for the naughty schoolgirl look, then you've got it down. It's still weird. It's still weird.
A weird choice? This is my uniform, you jerk. I didn't choose to wear this.
So then why did you care so much about my opinion? Oh, that explains a lot. Uniforms, like what I'm wearing now, which looks like an actual school uniform. No, I'm kidding. Like what I'm wearing now, except not at all. Suddenly, my uniform doesn't seem too bad. Did I say ridiculous? I meant great. You look good. You do you, girl. You got it.
Ugh, forget it. Finish your post. We're going to be late.
Salty Nikki. Look, it's no longer Salty Jack. This is Happy Jack. We got Salty Nikki now. I finish our meal in silence with Nikki occasionally shooting hurried glances my way. She's gonna be so fucking pissed at me by the end of this playthrough. Oh, I wolfed out my food and gathered my stuff. A cheers to fucking pissing off Nikki.
How are you going to get to the academy?
Oh, you know, taking my bike. My motorcycle, obviously.
Oh, you don't need a permit then? I remember you were worrying about that.
Oh, we're gonna get these jabs back and forth like a true brother and sister. Good, let's keep it this way. Permit? I completely forgot. I need a parking permit for my bike, but they should have a visitor's parking pass which I can use if I can find a spot. So what should I do? Should I take my motorcycle and hope for the best, or should I take the bus and take my bike once I've gotten my permit? Now, sorry, we're gonna scroll back a second here. I need to do some saving. We're just gonna completely forget like any of this shit happened, and we're gonna start over from right here. There we go. Oh, that's nice. It's right there on the #1 spot. Let's take the. You know what? I want to try something different. We're gonna take the motorcycle. It'll be fine. I'm sorry if you just heard me knocking straight into my mic. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll take my bike. There must be some form of parking that doesn't require a permit. Yeah, I'll take my bike.
Oh, right, of course. I forgot how much you cried when it was taken for shipping.
Hey, listen, just because I love my bike doesn't mean that you can sit here and shame me for it. Very funny. Now I might not offer you a ride.
Even if you did, I'd still have to pass. I need to figure out how to navigate around Isokaze sometime, right?
Yeah, have fun doing that. Really? Being seen on a bike like mine would automatically make you the most popular girl in school. Really? Why? It's your bike. I don't know. You sure you want to pass up on such a great opportunity?
Please. Have you met me? With my winsome smile and ample charm, I won't need your bike to be popular.
Okay, have fun walking and taking the bus. Whatever you say. Nikki heads towards the bus stop and waves goodbye. Bye!
Good luck on your first day.
Yeah, you too. You too. Hello. Hola. Ma, please get away from Nikki. After parting with Nikki, I make my way to the garage. I can't believe I even considered the bus a possibility when my baby is waiting here for me. Vroom, vroom. My heart pounds in anticipation as the garage door crawls open and bathes my pride and joy in a halo of soft light. Ooh, sorry. Halo of soft light. The way the sun sparkles off the polished metal nearly brings tears to my eyes. I tenderly caress the bike's smooth curves. This is getting really sexual. We've been apart for so long, but now we're finally reunited. Reunited, and it feels so good. I'll never leave you again, I promise. Vaulting on from the back of the bike, I dropped into its seat with a soft thud. Still as comfy as ever. My hands settle on the handles. As I go through the nuances of preparation, I get the feeling I'm forgetting something important. Something that would protect my brain from becoming pavement pizza. Uh-oh. Psh, helmets are for wimps. Fuck that. Yeah, right. Like, I'll be caught wearing one of those lame things. Oh, yes. I turn the key in the ignition. The roar of the motor sound sends a shiver down my spine. Perfect. I rev the bike several times, enjoying the sound before driving into the street. Let's go. This is the life. Nothing beats the thrill of the open road. The number of bugs I choke on ruins the effect just a tad, but this is the life I chose. That, my friends, is a thumbnail if I've ever seen one. Get me out of this. I need that. That's my thumbnail for this, baby. Woohoo! All right. No regrets. Traffic is in my favor, and I make good progress. The stoplight ahead of me is green. Perfectly. Hopefully it stays that way long for me enough to pass. Stay green, stay green, stay green, stay green, stay green, stay. No yellow. No, yellow. It's actually not that far away. It'll be a close call, but I'm pretty sure I can still make it. I tighten my grip on the handles and then... Got it, baby! I can make it! I slam on the gas with roars with renewed strength. I'm almost home free. Just a little bit more and... Whoa! I see a flash of red area out the corner of my eye. Swerving to the side, I narrowly avoid a student. That was a close one. Whoa, what? Well, now, this is a different way to end up meeting Kaori. I would have never thought that that option would make that happen. Also, better thumbnail. Possibly? Maybe, editor, can we do, hi, editor, I didn't know, bring me back in. Editor, can we possibly do some, like, integration here? Like, do that, and then, like, edit in the bike in the background, and then, I don't know, you do you. I trust you on this one. But there you go. There's your artwork to work with, and then we'll keep it moving from here. Okay. She topples back into the ground as her belongings scatter across a good portion of the crossing. She blinks up at me in a daze. But that is quickly replaced with the scariest looking face I've ever seen. You know what? That might be the more appropriate one here. Oh, sorry, no, go back for a second. That might be the more appropriate one here. Let's get that one instead. She mad. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Okay. Nope, I'm out of here. Nope, this is my fault. I should help her. Are you okay? Here, take my hand. I extend my hand to her, but she swats it away. That's not good.
Don't touch me!
Oof. Well, this has gotten off to a great start. Blackjack never fails, man. She takes several deep breaths, then heaves herself unsteadily to her feet. Once she finds her footing, she dusts off her uniform. Suddenly, she whirls on me.
Are you blind? You could have killed me!
Could have. Could have. This is the start of a budding romance, is it not? I'm really...
What were you thinking? I swear, these days, any idiot can get a license.
Well, let's not say that I have my license yet. She gestures towards her book strewn across the road.
Look at what you've done!
I know. Look, I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to do it. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. It's not a pretty sight. She runs her hands through her hair in growing frustration. Whenever I try to apologize, he interrupts me with another verbal beating. She's a fiery one, that's for sure. I know all too well. Help her quickly so I don't lose too much time. I don't deserve this barrage of insults, but I can understand her anger and frustration. I admit I'm in the wrong, so I bite my tongue to take the abuse. She takes a breath, stoops to pick up her things. It'll take forever for her to gather all this stuff by herself. I wheel in my bike on the side of the road and try to help her, but whenever I pick up something, she snatches it out of my hands. I need to get her attention so I can make things right. I pick up a book, and before she can snatch it back, I offer it to her.
Huh? What?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Have you not met me? Have you not seen me in the last playthrough? I mean, technically, it's not the same person because this guy's Turdburger and the last guy was Fartfurter, but I just realized that I've made a burger and hot dogs joke that somehow tie in poop. Creative Jack. Blackjack's got great ideas. Huh, what? Her gaze flicks back and forth from me to the book, her eyes narrowing the longer she does so.
Why are you still here? Haven't you caused enough trouble?
Because maybe I want you as my romance option. I don't know. She steals the book out of my hands. Look, I'm really sorry. She folds her arms, the fire easing in her eyes. So, can I help you? She shrugs and drops the book I return back into her bag.
Whatever. Do what you want.
See? Me gusta. I think that's her way of saying yes. I jump right into her. I thought that said. I thought that said I jumped right into her falling arms, which wouldn't make any sense. I jump right into gathering her fallen items. It's not long before we're done. She checks her bag.
That looks like everything.
And yes. By the way, sorry again for nearly killing you. This will make a great story for when we're finally dating and have kids and whatnot. An unfortunate silence falls between us. Uncomfortable, not unfortunate. She gazes down at her feet for a moment. The previous hostility is gone. I mean, she still looks annoyed, but not in the I'm about to bludgeon you to death with my books and dump your body in the sewer kind of way. That is the kind of look she normally gives.
Thanks, I guess. Even if this was all your fault to begin with.
It was. You're right. I'm sorry. I rub the back of my head with a sheepish grin. No problem. And again, I really sorry for all of this, because by the end of this, depending on how this first chapter goes, I might be with you. Let's make this awkward kind of introduction maybe a little bit better by just a little bit of apology and me just kind of bending to your will a bit.
Whatever. I'm going to be late if I stand around chatting to an idiot like you all day. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye. She shoulders past me and marches away at a brisk pace. I soon lose her as she turns the corner. Wow, that was something. It's not like I won't have the hots for her later on. I head back to my bike, confident that I did the right thing. After a fairly short trip, I arrive at the academy and search for a parking spot. Every spot in this vast parking lot is taken by some form of a vehicle. Apparently everyone else drove in today too. Seriously, it seems like there's a vehicle here for every student. I'm just about ready to give up when I see it. A single free spot. A wave of giddy emotion threatens to burst out of me. I can practically see a holy ray of light shining down on it, accompanied by an angelic choir. I wheel my bike closer then freeze. At the front of the space, staked in the ground and into the ground is a sign that states reserved parking for pass holders only. Motherfucker. Of course, just my luck. With a groan, I start pulling my bike back. Guess I better... Wait, hold on. I glance around the parking lot. It's completely devoid of life, which means... the spot, there are no witnesses. Ooh, let's get dangerous. Actually, let me save before we get dangerous. We've gotten really dangerous thus far. But let's get dangerous. There are no witnesses. No one sees me take the spot. That doesn't mean that I've done no wrong. Shrugging away any lingering doubt, I wheel my bike into the space. See? Nothing bad happened. Yet. Now time to head to class. I turn around just in time to see another bike pull up to me. Judging by the disheveled uniform, the guy is also a student, but the fierce scowl on his face convinces me he is not looking to make friends. Oh, lovely.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Oh, you're the guy later on who's a complete asshole to Kaori, I think, and slaps her. No. That was just a frat dude who just happens to have your same silhouette, and that's why I thought that. All right, Ken, catch these hands.
Get that eyesore out of my spot, now!
Listen, it's not an eyesore until I fuck with Nikki enough that she actually pours glitter all over it, so don't you call my baby an eyesore. With bared teeth, he points behind him with his thumb. Great, out of all the people that could have owned this spot, it had to be someone like him.
Didn't you hear me? Move!
I say, it's time for Ken to get these hands. He jumps off his bike and marches towards me. Tough luck, pal. Eyesore, look who's talking. I'd rather not get into a fight on my first day. Please, and what exactly do you call that bucket of bolts over there? His bike is hardly fit for the road. It's ancient, rusted death trap of a machine, which looks like it had been handed down from generation to generation until it finally became his.
What did you just...
Oh. Yeah, you don't like being insulted, do you? His face turns red. Looks like I touched a nerve. You heard me. It looks like that scrap is barely held together with duct tape. Practically shaking with anger, he positions himself so that his bike is obscured, maybe for fear of me actually spotting duct tape on it. He cracks his knuckle, a pathetic attempt at intimidation. Bring it.
You think you're hot shit?
I am.
Well, you won't look so hot once I'm done with you.
Doubt it. He beckons for me to come forward, then raises his fist. I tighten my own fist in response.
Or are you too scared?
Scared? I'm sorry, I'm the main character. Or like of a worm like him, and one smooth motion, I hop off my bike and saunter towards him. The tension between us is palpable. I tighten my fist, fueling the fire in my eyes. In his eyes, he shifts into a fighting stance. His hands are up to protect his face. He's definitely no stranger to violence. I better not underestimate him. I match his stance and then... First blood! I slide forward and swing my leg low. When his arm moves to block, I catch him off guard with a roundhouse kick to the head. He flies backward several feet before tumbling to a stop onto the asphalt. Taking my time, I bring my foot in and take a deep breath. I'm just saying, your boy Turdburger, way better than Fartfurter. I stroll towards him, his crumpled body, and poke him with a toe. He doesn't stir. Maybe I overestimated him. This guy was hardly worth the effort. That's too bad. I didn't hit him that hard, so I'm sure he'll be up in time for class, I think. Exhaling, I stride past his unconscious body. My parking spot's safe. That won't come back to bite me in the ass at all. I pull up the map on the campus on my phone. Luckily, the routes are easy to follow, and I'm soon standing before the auditorium. Thank God for technology. Isn't this where we meet, I think this is where we meet, Yoona. I take a deep breath, steeling my nerves and firmly push open the doors of the auditorium. After a quick scan of the room, I select a seat near the back. I can tell this is a first-year introductory class based on how spread out the students are and how quiet the room is. I hate that I have to take intro classes again. Some of my electives from CINY did not encompass a full scope of course material, whatever that means. A hush blankets over the auditorium as a man strides into the front of the room.
Good morning. This is Piloting 101. Is everyone where you are supposed to be?
Uh-huh. The professor weighs harmlessly, handles students, yawn, and it's disinterest. He drags a web page from his tablet onto the screen behind him.
This is the class web link. Consider this portal as your lifeline for the course. You will find all your assignments and readings here, as well as your current grade in the course. You can find my contact information in the tab marked Contact.
I'll never
my
call
office
you.
hours are listed, so please do not hesitate to stop by. Even I get lonely at times, and I appreciate visitors.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I got lonely the entire playthrough last time around, so I don't care if you're lonely. That comment got a couple of weak chuckles from the room. This is boring. I heard this speech about 1 million times now, although the professor changed, the speech never does.
Now that we've gotten all the boring stuff out the way, I'm sure you're all eager to learn more about the qualifier exams on Friday.
The class visibly perks up.
The qualifier exam will not only register you as an active pilot, but will also provide you with your team ranking. I'm sure you've already picked out your teams by now, but I'd still like to remind you all that each team must have a minimum of 4 people in order to qualify.
Sounds cool, bro. A hand shoots up from the middle of the room.
Yes?
Oh, right, it's Yondaime-sama.
Are you sure exams are this Friday? That only gives us 2 days to find a team.
Right, exposition.
The majority of students who began their first year here at Ace
Ace
Academy are aware of the timeline for the qualifier exams, and use their summers to form a team and prepare. In the past, we had extended the preparation time before the exam, but found that the majority of students did not need nor want the extra days, so we adjusted our schedules accordingly.
But what about those of us who didn't know about the qualifier ahead of time?
I suggest you get to work finding yourself a team. Any other questions?
Nope. Student scowls but shakes his head.
Good. The qualifier exam will pit your team's starting 4 against 4 AI gears. You will then be assigned a ranking based upon your overall performance relative to the other teams. Don't worry if you can't defeat all the AI gears. They are programmed to be extremely difficult to beat. Please ensure your gear is in pristine condition for battle. All exams are demonstrated live instead of in a simulator to most accurately gauge ability.
Anyway.
Any questions?
No! He's answered with silence.
Let's get started then.
Great!
Please check the web link for your assignment and have them complete for the next class. Welcome to Ace Academy. I hope you all have a great rest of the day.
Cool. Bye! A thunder cheers scrape along the floor as students file out of the class. Those who remain chat animatedly in small groups. Yawning, I wait for the crowd in front of the door to thin before making my way out of the room. Once I'm by the door, a snippet of a nearby conversation catches my attention.
Hey, did you see what they brought into the hangar today?
Yeah, it's my beast of a fucking gear. That's what happened.
Yeah, that ancient-looking thing? I'll be amazed if it still works. Where the hell do you even find something like that? I bet they fished it out of the ocean.
So, I already got my practice and warm-up in today. You boys want to catch these hands? The students laugh loudly. I have a sinking feeling I know what they're talking about. As I hurry out of the classroom, I check my phone and I'm excited to see an email notification. I eagerly read through the email. It's just a note letting me know that my gear has been registered and I now have access to the hangar. Well, that certainly makes things easy for me. At CINY, I spent days going through the registration process. We had to submit all the paperwork ourselves, and of course, nobody in the administrative office was ever helpful. Satisfied, I put away my phone and make my way to the hangar. I bring up the map on my phone and touch the hangar, which lights up. Soon, pulsating lights dot the path from my current location to the hangar. It's a bit of a trek away from the heart of the campus, but I make good time. I scan my ID and walk in. I follow a long hallway which leads into a grand space filled with towering gears. Every one of them is sleek, refined, and updated with the latest model of accessories and weapons. They weren't kidding when they said Japan was a leader in mecha technology. I walk past several rows of gears until... there she is! Eagle! In all of its glory, I'm reunited with the Eagle. This is awesome. A crowd of students surround it. They speak in hushed tones, but break into snickers when they notice me. I push my way towards them, but they disperse before I even reach them. Most are trying to hide their laughter and failing miserably. I give my gear a detailed inspection to make sure I didn't suffer any dings or damages during transit. So far, so good. My gear may be a bit bulkier than others, but it's in great working condition, which ultimately is what matters. The colors are still bright too. I wonder if they polished it for me, or if it always looked this good.
The other guys might laugh at your gear,
but I sense that it's different.
Oh, if it isn't my favorite person in all of Ace Academy, Show Shinjiro, everyone!
Spirit. Something that makes it stand out amongst the others. Yes, I can feel this one is truly special indeed.
It sure is! Huh? I hadn't noticed the student beside me. His arms are folded and he's nodding with closed eyes, as if he's saying something truly deep and meaningful. Hi, can I help you? Shuffle away from this lunatic. You know what? There's clearly something not right about this guy. There isn't. Who says, no, there is, who says things like that? I know, right? Especially to someone you've just met. I shuffle away from him, hoping he'd take the hint. Ugh. Also, I just realized I, need the table, and I hope that everybody didn't just see the camera shake or anything like that. If he did, whatever, who cares? I've already made a comment about it, which means it's going to be part of the video. As if in sync, he moves closer whenever I move away. When I mistakenly make eye contact, he grins at me. Alright, I'm getting sort of scared now. Maybe I can distract him with conversation until I find a way to escape. Hey, you need something, bro?
Oh, right.
He seems almost surprised, as if he'd forgotten why he came. He fidgets so much, I wonder if he's, nervous.
The name's Sho Shinjiro. Pleased to meet you.
I'm not. He thrusts his hand out in greeting, grinning from ear to ear. I cautiously shake his hand. Hi, I'm Turdburger Absolute Cran. It's German.
You're a second-year pilot too, right?
Sure. Yeah, how did you...
Not that many students transfer during second year, you know? You're the talk of the Pilot's Lounge. A mysterious, foreign transfer student.
And a heartthrob at that. That would explain the interest around my gear. I guess I didn't quite live up to their expectations. I'm not sure what they were expecting, though.
And I deduced that you are this transfer student.
Oh, great! I wonder what gave me away. It couldn't have possibly been my magnificent golden locks that I don't actually have.
I've gotta say, I thought you'd be taller.
I wish I was a little bit tall. I wish I was a baller. Never mind. He starts comparing our heights with his hand and is a bit disappointed to find out about the same height. We're about the same height. Again, just what was he expecting? We all don't look like our favorite actors, Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, I cannot wait for the 50 million jokes about that. I think his perception of America is a bit skewed.
Anyway, you're new here, which means you're not part of a team yet, right?
Right. That had been on my mind since class ended. I nod almost certainly. I know what he's about to say next.
Well, it just so happens that my team is lacking that oh-so-vital fourth member we need to be able to compete.
He looks at me hopefully, then leans in close. A little too close. Personal space, man.
You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yes.
Basically what I'm saying is, you should join my team because we're awesome.
No. Haha, no. No, I'm not sure I want to be stuck with this weirdo for longer than I have to. Thanks, but no thanks.
Oh.
Alright, peace, dude. Not sure if I'd be a good fit. His face falls, and I almost feel bad for him, but his frown is quickly replaced by his usual grin.
No worries, man. I get it. You're new and want to check everything out before making a decision, right?
Yup. Right. Sure, whatever.
Okay, well, the pilots usually hang out in the Pilot's Lounge. You can introduce yourself and see how things go.
Yup. Thanks, bye. This guy's being surprisingly cool about everything.
Not sure how many teams are on the market for another member.
Oh, I see. Your bargaining chip is we're desperate and there's no one else you can possibly go to. Haha, well, fuck you. I'm gonna find another team. I'll find 4 other women I can possibly romance other than the 4 options this game is going to eventually make me choose from anyway. God damn it. I'll take my chances. Well, thanks for the tip. Maybe I'll see you around.
Good luck, Broseph.
Yeah. Oh, he said his first Broseph. Oh. Still grinning, he waves, then heads out. I can't tell if I've hurt his feelings or not. Well, not my problem. At least after one last glance at my gear, I also head out. So my best bet for now is to head to the Pilot's Lounge. I pull up the campus map again. A small red light pulsates when I try to locate the Pilot's Lounge. Listen, if I am going to have to join this ragtag group of bandits, there's no way that Sho is going to be the one responsible for me joining them. I'm about to head towards the exit when I spot a group of pilots heading in the opposite direction. Maybe they need another team member. They already got a good distance in front of me, so I hustle to keep up and follow them through a winding tunnel. I'm pretty sure this is how people get murdered. Eventually, the group disappears through a door, which leads to the pilot's lounge. Good to know. All right. I grab the handle and push my way inside. Group of students fill the lounge, all of them wearing similar striped teal uniforms. I take a few steps, then pause, trying to decide how to handle the situation. I should probably just target groups of 3. I'm a smooth operator. I'll just be honest about my situation. Smooth operator. I put on my most charming smile and glance around the room, looking for an appropriate target. I catch the eyes of a pretty girl across the lounge and stride towards her. That means it's a no. Hi, I'm Turdburger. How are you doing? Before she can answer, a tall guy steps towards us and looks at me coldly.
What do you want?
Nothing. Since you asked, I was just hoping to learn the name of this lovely lady. She blinks in surprise and tries to hide the glowing blush in her cheeks. He becomes even more flustered by her response.
She doesn't want to know yours.
We don't know that. I was just asking. Are you sure about that?
Huh?
Did you ask her?
Well, no.
Oh, well, now, too bad, so sad. Then how do you know she isn't curious about me, as I am about her? Without warning for him to sputter out a response, I turned to the girl. As I said before, we were so rudely interrupted. I'm Turdburger. And you are? She smiled shyly. Oh, you don't get voice acting apparently. Okay, so you're that level of unimportant. That level. Mitsuki, nice to meet you. I'll go away now. The guy's face is bright red as he steps between us and turns towards her.
Why would you tell this asshole your name?
Listen, I might be an asshole, but that does not mean that people don't want to talk to me. I can tell my name to anyone I want. Apparently, no, you can't, because you literally are not talking.
But this guy? No way!
I back away as the couple continue to argue. Even if they have an opening on our team, it probably wouldn't work out. I catch her gazing at me from the corner of my eye as her boyfriend continues to lecture her. Still got it. As I search for another team, I spot a group of giggling girls watching me intensely. Bullseye. Head towards them. Oh, great! More of our sludge silhouetted overlords. Oh, God. Japan is rough, bro. Hello, ladies. One of them smiles.
Having some trouble?
No, I don't have troubles when you're around. Me? Never, but I guess not everyone appreciates my charm.
Maybe you just aren't very good at picking who you speak to. I know, I certainly wouldn't say no.
See, look, isn't Turdburger so much better than Fartfurter? I grin. Oh yeah? Why's that?
You look just like a young Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. Wait, which one's Leonardo DiCaprio?
Alright, you get the fuck out right now. That's my favorite actor who I constantly make fun of in this entire series.
You know, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, seriously, we might have to start a counter with how many times I've heard that name in this first episode already.
Leonardo DiCaprio. He was in Romeo and Juliet. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh.
Yes, he does look like him.
Oh. Great, I'm glad we got that established.
Who are you, anyway?
I almost said Fartfurter Weedabush, but no. I am Turdburger, absolute cran. I'm a transfer student from CINY.
You're from the States?
Damn right I am. Yeah, just transferred into the second-year pilot program. No big deal. One of the girls nudges her friend. She leans in close and whispers something, then tries to hide her smile.
What is it? He's from the States. So remember that old gear in the hangar? It came from the States.
Oh, this is how I lose credit. Oh, I see.
Is that gear yours?
Maybe. Or maybe.
I didn't realize America was so far behind Japan when it comes to gear.
Oh, you won't be saying that when I whoop everybody's ass and everybody's just like, whoa, it's so good. How did it go Super Saiyan? Oh, this hubris, ladies. And then once I'm stuck with a super cool girl, maybe Valerie, maybe Kaori, I don't know which way I want to go yet. That strangely rhymed, but whatever. Then you three are gonna be like, oh my God, we made fun of him. The guy who looks like Leonardo DiCaprio. We're so stupid for doing that. My smile melts away. It always worked fine for me. My gear is important. My gear is important to me. Does everyone think it's junk?
What team was willing to have you join them?
Funny you ask. No one yet. That's what I'm looking for. She exchanges looks with her friends, then turns back to me and shakes her head.
Well, good luck. I don't think any team will take you on with gear like that.
Well, this is the continual burial of one Turdburger. She and the rest of her friends turn away from me, and I am left awkwardly staring at their backs. I guess my gear is everyone's first impression of me. Should I see if Sho will still take me or just head home and try again tomorrow? I actually want to see how long I can prolong this and what happens if I do that. Let's save real quick. Because oh, no, not that. I'm really curious. I've had enough rejection for one day. I walk quickly towards the parking lot, and before long, the first few spots come into view. As I get closer, I can see just how far the lot extends. It must suck for those losers who have to park on the opposite side of the school. My bike got taken away, didn't it? I stand where I remember parking my bike, but it's been replaced with a different one. I scan the first few rows of motorcycles for my bike, but can't find it anywhere. This can't be right. I'm certain I parked here. Between the campus and the lot is a small building. That must be where security is. As I approach, a burly guard frowns at me. Excuse me.
Yes?
I parked my motorcycle here this morning, but it's no longer here. There's no way it got taken away because I don't have a permit. He turns towards his computer.
What's your pass number?
That's a great question. I don't have one. He looks back at me and raises an eyebrow.
You parked in a reserved space without a pass. What did you think was gonna happen?
I don't know. I'm the main character. I just thought, the fuck ever. I've run into Yoona, and Yoona would have this shit taken care of already. Though my bike would still be here when I left.
Well, now you know better. Your motorcycle has been impounded.
Sweet. My chest feels like a hand is squeezing at my heart. My baby, what if they scratched it? That jerk must have called in and got my bike removed once he came to. What a sore loser.
You can pick it up in the morning.
That's fine. Why not now? The guard looks at me as if I had two heads.
Don't you know what time it is?
It's business. It's business time. I check my phone. It's 1 after 5.
Exactly. I'm off work.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Thanks for your help. But we're still talking.
Not anymore. We're closed. If you have a complaint, you can submit it in the morning.
To be fair, if it's bar and it's 12:01, sorry, I can't serve you anymore. He ushers me out of the building and locks up. I guess I've got no choice but to take the bus today. That sucks. When I make it to the bus stop, there were a handful of students already waiting. I scan the faces in the off chance that I recognize someone, but I don't. After what feels like a lifetime, the bus arrives. I'm able to find a seat right away and have an uneventful ride home. Oh, wait. I remember the last time the bus ride is when I met Yoona, right? Oh, if I had taken the bus in the morning, I would have met Yoona. But because I took my motorcycle, I ran into Kaori first. Oh, wow. This is interesting how this all happened. I wonder if I had done a different option, would I have ran into Valerie? As soon as I open the front door, I hear a clanging in the kitchen. Nikki must be home. Just as I predicted, she's stirring a pot surrounded by a mess of appliances. You know what? I'm going to make the first episode like a super episode because there is a lot of this I do actually want to get through, and a lot of you have kind of already seen this. So, first episode is a super episode. Probably go like over an hour or something. Hey, Nikki. Oh, lovely. I remember this sound. Oh, it sounds so great in my ears. She glances up in surprise.
Hey, you're home early.
Sure am. Am I? It's around dinner time. What are you making?
Guess.
Tried to sneak a peek into the pot, but she hides it from me.
No cheating.
My nose knows. Follow your nose wherever it goes. I already know the answer is anyway. I didn't realize we're 5 years old again. Just tell me.
No, guess. It's easy.
It's so easy, why won't you just tell me?
Because this way is more fun. Come on, just one guess. You can smell it and figure it out.
Oh great, yes, in a game where I literally cannot smell what is coming from the computer screen. Oh, smells like fried motherboard. I hate guessing games.
Just one guess.
I crane my neck towards the pot, but she blocks me. Nikki! I duck towards the other side, faking her out, and manage to peek into the pot.
Hey!
It's bolognese? She pouts and goes back to stirring.
You're no fun.
What is that? Donde, so now you can actually see me sitting looking this up in real time. Donde está bolognese? Bolognese. What is that? Bolognese? Oh, it's like pasta. It's essentially just it's a meat-based sauce. Oh, that's the sauce. Okay, so it's just like, okay. And you just put noodles with it. Okay, we're making spaghetti, essentially. I'm glad you're the one cooking and not me. Everything you make is delicious. You really have a talent for cooking, you know?
Oh, shut up.
She tries to hold back her smile, but fails. Did you go shopping after school today? I didn't know Uncle Kaito kept all these ingredients at home.
Yeah, I did. Sushi yesterday was so good, but I wanted something more hearty today, you know?
Yeah, time to get that red meat in. To hear Nikki say hearty foods are comfort foods. Does that mean you had a bad day at school? Nikki blinks in surprise and she laughs.
Of course not. It was great. I met a lot of people at the club fair they held after school. There are so many cool clubs. Did you know they have a kendo club? You definitely wouldn't find that back home.
Well, we're in
They're gonna
Japan.
try out for their dance team, though. Maybe run for student government.
I already made a student government joke about how it sucks, so I won't repeat it. Wow, sounds like you had a pretty productive day. She quickly checks the pasta and nods.
Definitely. I'm a little disappointed they don't have a cooking club, but that's okay. They offer a cooking class, which I'm taking. Soon, I will be an expert in Japanese cuisine.
Well, I'm sure that there's a friend that I will eventually run into who does like cooking and is pretty good at it. Maybe the two of you can meet because I'm probably not dating her. Maybe you can start a cooking club.
Ooh, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, do that. I begin to set the table for 3. I made that joke already. When Nikki shakes her head.
Didn't you see Uncle Kaito's text? He'll be home late tonight.
Remember, I'm not contacting him, ever. That means I'm also not looking at his text, ever. I haven't been checking my phone. Soon the table is set, and both Nikki and I have a full portion of pasta in front of us.
How was your first day?
Oh, it went great.
So, it sounds like finding a team today was super important.
Yup, I didn't do that, and I also got my bike impounded. I'm off to a great start. Oh yeah, the qualifier is on Friday.
But that's in 2 days.
Yup. I know, everyone else knew in advance and formed teams over the summer.
Well, that's not really fair.
You know, life throws you lemons, you make lemonade, or you make, you cut it into lemons and then they're lemon slices and you serve it with vodka and then make something way better than lemonade. Yeah, but it's fine.
Sounds like you've had quite the day.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Wow, we don't even bring that up at all. I thought we would have. The conversation continues and eventually lulls to a natural close. Soon both of our plates are polished clean. I am so full.
Who told you to be such a pig?
Mom. I help her with cleanup. Think I'm gonna relax for a bit. Then go to bed early tonight.
Yeah, me too. Good night.
Night, Nikki. Night. We part our ways and I head into my room. It's too early to go to bed, so I'll start the process for getting a parking pass. Who knows how long it'll take before they mail me one. I'd like to get it sooner rather than later. I log into my web link and find the documents to request a permit. It takes me longer than I expected to fill out all the paperwork, and it leaves me exhausted. Crawling into bed, I close my eyes and soon fall asleep. Alright, so I wonder how I do end up meeting Yoona then. This should be interesting. The sun shines through my curtains and across my face. I keep my eyes shut and turn over in my bed, trying to force myself back to sleep, but the more I try to sleep, the more awake I become. What time is it? Class starts at 6:30. I have another half hour before my alarm goes off. I should get back to sleep. I curl deeper into my blankets, but somehow get bored. The only time I never ever naturally wake up like this early is when I have jet lag. I'm not sure if this is a blessing or a curse. I guess I may as well get ready. I quickly change into my uniform and head downstairs. Alright, here we go. To an empty kitchen. It's weird being the first one up. Usually Nikki is doing her thing in the kitchen. I'll catch up on some reading while I wait for her. She should be up soon anyway. I pull up the news app on my phone. The front page doesn't have anything too interesting. Until I spot an article on Eluding Enterprises. Eluding Enterprises has officially announced their intentions to sponsor an up-and-coming team in the coming War Games. The rapidly expanding R&D company is gaining a lot of attention in the field of xenorobotics, and they're putting pressure on established innovators such as Vector Industries and Paragon Weaponry. Much of this success can be attributed to CEO Donnie Ruse. Oh, wow, they did make mention of him really early, and I just never paid attention. Who was a top graduate in the pilot program at Ace Academy, and a visionary when it comes to modern and functional designs for gears. I don't think I've heard of these guys before. It must be a local company who hasn't quite expanded to the States yet. Sounds like they're making a name for themselves, though. The time on my phone reads 6:57. I listen for any signs of life upstairs, but the house is still. Better grab something to eat before I go. Doesn't seem like Nikki's coming down anytime soon. My phone flashes to the next article, a headline for Dashu. This should be good. I push the button shaped like a film projector on the button on the bottom of the page, and the text projects on the nearest surface. Then I place my phone on a dock on the table so the text shines on the kitchen table. I grab a couple of slices of bread and stick them in the toaster. As I wait for my toast to finish, I sit at the table and read the article. Kanaku Dishtaru, CEO of Dashu, made an unscheduled appearance at the memorial service yesterday for Yudai Masaki, which is the brother of one Yoona Masaki. A year ago, the community was shocked by the unexpected death of Ace Academy's most promising pilot. The family was honored that the mighty mogul took the time to show his respects to their son and concurrently postponed the unveiling of Dashu's newest line of energy drinks. The introduction has been rescheduled to take place next week.
What are you reading?
Oh, you're up! Hi! Please make me breakfast? Ah! How can your feet make no sound? Nothing. Ah! Ah! I jump in surprise and nearly fall off my chair as I try to turn towards her. She looks at me strangely.
Jeez, what's your problem?
Why did you sneak up on me? That's my problem. You scared me.
Why? Were you looking at hentai or something?
That's what I do when I kicked you out of my room at 11 p.m. because I said I needed 4 more hours. I don't do that at 7 in the morning. What? No, of course not. She laughs at my horrified expression and walks past me.
I know. You're reading the news. I can see it on the table. Boring. You know that makes you officially old, right? Only old people read the news for fun.
Nikki glances at my toast, which popped up while we were talking.
Your toast is burned.
This rivalry between me and Nikki's gonna get really heated. What? I leap out of my chair and stand beside her. It's not burned. She flips it over to reveal a dark side of charcoal. Oh.
You're so hopeless. How did you survive in college without me?
Lots of ramen noodles. And a microwave. Also, I ate in the cafeteria.
That explains it.
She throws away the toast and pulls out 2 yogurts from the fridge. That's not nearly as tasty.
Well, since you botched breakfast, we'll have to make do with a quick snack if you don't want to be late.
Listen, don't you put me on botchamania. I don't want that whatsoever. I accept the yogurt she hands me, and we both finish them in record time. Then we grab our things and head out the door.
Are you able to give me a ride today? The bus yesterday was so crowded.
Funny you say that, because that's not happening today. I look a bit sheepish. Sorry, Nikki, my bike is still at school.
Why?
Funny story. There's this thing called a permit, which you need in order to park your bike in places. and I just kinda glanced over that. Well, because it was impounded. Nikki raises an eyebrow.
What did you do?
I didn't get my permit. I'm not gonna tell her about the fight, so I think of a quick excuse. I just parked it in the wrong place. Nothing big. I'll get it back today. The office was closed by the time I tried to grab it. Nikki snorts.
Why am I not surprised you managed to get in trouble on your first day?
Oh, it's me. You know. Rapscallion Turdburger. If she only knew. You know me.
Okay. I guess I'll see you tonight then.
See you tonight. She waves and heads towards the bus stop. I do the same. At least it's a nice day to be waiting for the bus. Oh, that's so funny. I feel like either way, they probably would have made you go ahead and get on the bus. You know what I mean? Or maybe there's a possibility you could have taken a bike both days if I wasn't such a dick. I don't know. The stop is a bit crowded. I lean up against the shelter as I wait. The bus squeals to a halt, and in front of me, only a few minutes after my arrival. I follow the other passengers on, scan my ID, and search the rows for a free seat. I settle into the first seat I find and grumble as a large man sits down beside me, crushing me against the window. Lovely. I wish you were Yoona. I can already imagine how enjoyable this ride will be. Luckily, it isn't a long ride. I'm at school before I can complain too much. I pull up the schedule on my phone and check my first class, Gear Arsenal 201. Please, Cowrie. Someone. The building isn't too far away either. Or Valerie. I'll take that too. I soon reach the building. The classroom is about half the size of the lecture hall for my Piloting 101 class. For some reason, this is a comfort to me, probably because it reminds me of my the class sizes at CINY. I take a seat in the back of the room just as the professor enters.
Good morning, class. Welcome to Gear Arsenal 201.
Sounds great.
I'm sure you're all tired of hearing the same welcome spiel, so I won't even bother with it.
Thank you.
Instead, we're going to drive straight into the material.
Lovely.
Question. Who can name one of the leading companies in gear weapon manufacturing?
Your mama. We just talked about Dashu and then Eludian.
Not quite. While Eludian Enterprise is certainly creating waves in the media, they are by no means a leading company. An example of an industry veteran would be Paragon Weaponry.
How did I know that? Because last time it actually had that option in green. And then on top of that, I think I actually got an article that told me about Paragon Weaponry.
Their recent area of study has shown that.
He goes into, yeah, whatever. Who cares? Because before it was a student embarrassing themselves, and then I got to actually
That's all the time we have for today. You'll find this week's readings and assignments on your web link. Have a good day.
Students scramble to collect their things before hurrying out of the room. I think I'll go to the hangar. The class has inspired me to have a proper look at my gear. Also, we need a team. I take the path through the pilot's lounge and follow the tunnels until I reach my gear. Still looks as crisp as ever. Pulling down the ladder beside my docking station, I climb up to the top, which is about level with the chest section of my robot. I unlock the chest cavity with a mechanical roar. It splits open the separating panels, revealing a lowered seat. I easily hop into the seat and breathe in the comforting scent of metal and plastic. It faintly reminds me of that new car smell. Once I'm settled, I trigger the closing sequence. As the chest panels return, everything goes silent. My seat scoops me further into my gear until I'm nestled in the darkness of the cockpit. I can't wait to use you like a phone charger again. I initiate the boot up sequence. The cockpit glows a faint red, then flickers into life, and I cannot help but smile at the familiarity of it all. The bright glow of the panels illuminate the interior until there isn't a trace of a shadow left. Statistics blink around me in a series of rapid numbers and diagrams. Okay, alright, here we go.
Gear initialization sequencing complete.
Sexy! The familiar voice of my gear warms to like a warm... The familiar voice of my gear feels like a warm welcome from an old friend. Eagle, please run a comprehensive check, please.
System in progress.
Nothing to do now but wait. The lights along my display pulse with changing colors as the check progresses. It flows through warm colors, red, orange, yellow, before illuminating the cockpit with a bright green.
All system functions normal. Unknown docking station detected.
Yeah, because we're in Japan now, Eagle. Oh, because it's from America. America, America, you have a bald eagle as your bird. Register the current dock as home station.
Completed. Recommendation. Please update system calibration configuration.
This is recommended all the time. Whenever we change locations, Eagle will request a recalibration of the system. Even the slightest difference in air pressure can trigger on inaccuracy. At least the process is easy. All I have to do is make sure I correctly follow sequential number order so Eagle can achieve the necessary internal calculations. Alright, start up the process.
Calibration sequence initiating.
Alright, let's do it. I give it a few minutes as Eagle automatically adjusts itself.
Calibration successful.
Thank you. Perfect. Everything seems to be in order. Except we don't have a team. After one last look, I shut down my gear and unlock the chest cavity. Once I hop out, the panels slide back into place until I hear a faint click of them locking. I use the elevator and make my way down to the ground. As I stand alone in the quiet of the empty hangar, I feel a twinge of homesickness. I expected Ace to be different from CINY, but I wasn't quite prepared for the reaction towards my gear. It's no surprise that Japan's advancements in the field of robotics outweigh those of the States, but our machinery was built to last. My gear may not be the newest model and packed with the latest weaponry or accessories, but I'm confident in its ability to fight. A doubt wiggles into my train of thought. Maybe it was a mistake to come here. I could have stayed at CINY. I was making high grades and had a group of friends I could rely on. I also had a team. I spent my afternoons practicing instead of sitting in a hangar. Just me and that weirdo from yesterday. I do a double take as Sho walks steadily towards me. God damn it, does it have to be through Sho? I want it to be like Kaori or like maybe Mayu or someone. I gotta. Oh, fine.
Mr. Broseph!
Oh, hi, Sho. So glad to see you. Hey, how's it going, dude?
Good. Is this your go-to hangout place? This is the second time I've run into you here.
Oh, because you're stalking me. That's great. I guess it's starting to be. What are you doing here?
I just thought I'd pay a visit to my gear.
Oh, sure.
It helps when I keep her company for a bit. Keeps her spirits up.
Sure. That's why I only go for male gear. Her? You mean a girl? Inanimate objects don't have genders. Her? You mean a girl? Is there a girl you're keeping captive in your gear? Sho laughs.
If only. Unfortunately, no girl ever goes near my gear.
Ha! He sighs wistfully when I try very hard to keep a straight face. I'm so sorry.
Me too.
I would be actually sorry for him, but Mayu ends up with him eventually, so I don't feel bad.
So, what were you doing here?
Ooh, I wonder what tension would happen if I completely cock-blocked him and got Mayu. Ooh. Ooh. But I gotta decide like immediately who I'm going after. Just checking to make sure everything's working fine.
And does it?
Yep. Yep. He glances curiously at my gear.
How about a simulator match?
How about no? I shrug. It'd be nice to get a feel for how things are done at Ace.
We can both use the basic robot program. That way, all accessories and weapons will be the same, and it'll be based on skill alone.
Oh, then you're getting fucking eviscerated, dude. May the best man win. He grins and races in the opposite direction. I see him pause by a green gear before I get back into my own. Alright, here we go, initializing. Yep, there we go. Once I'm settled into the cockpit, I switch on the open network configuration. Immediately a request from Sho comes in and I accept. After we're connected, we boot up the virtual training simulation program.
Oh, very fancy. I haven't seen an American-style gear up close before.
Yeah, it's crazy. We look not that unsimilar at all. I experiment with my gear controls and watching the amusement as it makes the same movements within the simulator. Simulators are freakishly accurate at emulating the real thing, but it still can't quite replicate the feeling of live matches. You can't feel every impact or even the slightest shift in motion with the VTS.
As you can see, both of us are kitted with the same standard equipment. You have your energy shield for blocking, thrusters for movement, a ranged weapon, and a close combat weapon.
And I'm gonna kick your ass with all of them. I evaluate my gear and find all the components he mentioned. Any particular reason why we aren't playing with our own personal arsenal?
This will level the playing field. We'll have to win by skill alone.
Oh, I got all the skills, son. You about to go to school. Trying to see what I'm made of? Show just grins.
Remember, you have to use the right tool at the right time. There's usually more than one right move you can make, but you have to think fast.
That's fine. I'm good at this. This isn't my first time. I'm no stranger to penetrating a gear of my beam blade. Sho snorts out a laugh.
I hope you soften him up first with some shots.
Nope. I can't stop the grin on my face.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah, you're getting the ass whooping of a lifetime, bro. Yep.
Let's do this.
Done. My hands fall naturally into place and grip the controls. I can't stop that smile that spreads across my face as my heart beats faster in anticipation. I missed this. Eagle shifts into a fighting stance and holds out his gun while Sho activates his thrusters and points his double guns at me. No. Evade. I dash out of the way and his attack misses his mark. I equip one of my guns and return fire. He dodges, but my shot still grazes him and he takes some damage. As I boost forward, Sho moves back to keep the distance between us. He shoots again, but his aim is not accurate and I weave away. With my gun in hand, I take aim. Fire! My aim is true and Sho shield shimmers as it absorbs the shot. Judging by how deep of a shimmer, it looks like he took a significant amount of damage. Since Sho likes using ranged weapons, I better close the different distance and force him into a melee battle. I boost forward. Slash. I switch to my sword, mid-boost, and swing the blade in a high arc. Sho tries to block with his guns, and my sword lands on them with a loud crack. We struggle in a battle of wills, and sweat beads down my face. A loud roar escapes my lips as I channel my strength into my attack and break through Sho's defense. As the sword falls through, Sho's gear goes dark. Dun 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 dun. I told you, Sho's fucking easy. Just move to the side, son. With the match over, I shut down my gear and get back to the ground. After a few minutes, Sho appears.
Not bad. You could definitely hold your own for the qualifiers.
Yeah, I know. Man, if only I could find a team with someone that was actually good. Thanks.
So how did team hunting go?
Not as well as I expected.
Bummer. Most teams come together over the summer, so they're well prepared for the qualifier.
I know. Yeah, I think you mentioned that last time. Still, I thought there'd be more new people who hadn't found a team, or more teams with missing members.
Well, my offer still stands.
Fuck. I don't have any other choice, and the qualifier is tomorrow. Sure, I'll join. Sho breaks into his usual grin.
Awesome! Trust me, this is going to be good.
Oh yeah, this is where I meet Kaori again.
Anyway, we'll want to meet up tomorrow before the qualifier to practice. So what's your number?
Can we meet up today instead and kind of bypass that? We quickly exchange numbers. So I guess I should go and get some stuff done.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'll see you later then.
Bye. Pilot's Lounge always has something going on. Bye. I head back towards the Pilot's Lounge. So far, every time I pass through the lounge, it has been full of students. I'm sure I'll meet someone cool or find something interesting to do here. When I enter the lounge, I'm surprised to see a crowd at the bar. I can't make out something intelligible from the jumble of words and voices, but it must be something big based on the sheer level of excitement in the room. Oh, it's Akira. It's Akira. Are we giving out free food? I force my way towards the throng of people, much to the dismay of those beside me. Regardless, I ignore their protests and continue to make my way through until I hear a pilot beside me mention something about Akira. That sounds suspiciously like a person and not like a food. I turn towards the two girls I've just overheard. Hey.
Hi?
What's an Akira? What is it?
I think you mean who is an Akira.
No, I meant what is an Akira? Oh, well, there goes my chances for a free lunch. I could have really used an onigiri right now, too. Okay, who's Akira?
How do you not know who he is? He's only the top pilot at Ace.
I'm sorry, you were looking at the top pilot of Ace, okay? That's cute that you think Akira is.
And so nice, too. Yeah, he listens to you when you talk and treats everyone like they're important.
I mean, you know, it's all a show.
Plus, he's a total dreamboat.
I mean, but I look like Leonardo DiCaprio. The first pilot blushes and her friend laughs. Right, but the qualifiers haven't happened yet. You mean from last year's rankings?
He's been a top pilot since his first year here.
Okay, but that's gonna change this year. Since first year.
Yep, he was on his team starting lineup.
So the fuck what? So what year is he now?
Third year.
They sigh wistfully. Suddenly the first student perks up and grabs a friend.
Oh, he just looked at me! Did you see that?
Oh my god, he looked at me!
What? Why didn't he notice me?
Because he's not your senpai. As if on cue, a path forms amid the throng of people, and a male pilot with white hair and kind eyes walks through. This is crazy. I have not run into Valerie or Yoona yet. This is actually crazy, because I swear I've run into them earlier than this. I think I met everybody by the time I met Akira. I think the only person I never met was Valerie.
What?
Oh, sorry. Damn it. He's laughing with a group of girls surrounding him. Our eyes meet for a second. His calm smile still intact. Hey, bro. Not happening. No, 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 no. That can't be right. He must have recognized someone behind me and smiled at them. Regardless, after the departure of Akira and his group, the lounge feels quieter even though it's still full of students. Pilots turn back to whatever programs they were watching or order drinks at the bar. Others return to the games they were originally playing. I stand awkwardly on my own. I don't recognize anyone. I don't see anyone I recognize. Everyone seems to be intent on doing their own thing, so I decide to head home. It's getting late anyway. I think I could have possibly met Valerie there. I don't know. I don't remember everything that well. It might have been Yoona. The thought of riding the bus back home turns my stomach. If only I had my bike. I quickly check the time. Still a couple hours before closing. I can make it to the impound in time to get my bike back. I hustle to the parking lot and head straight for the security building. The same guard from before yawns as he watches a series of cameras. He glances at me as I approach and grunts in recognition.
Illegal Parker, you're back.
I sure am. Bike, please? Yeah, I'd like to pick up my bike. He nods.
100 credits.
Easy. I'll just give you 50 credits. Have an arm and a leg while you're at it. That's extortion. There's no way it could cost this much.
That's how much it costs.
All right, fine. But my bike was only in the park for one night.
You want your vehicle or not?
Good point. All right, here's 100 credits. No problem. Fine. I clench my jaw, but wire the credits anyway. His computer beeps once the transaction has approved and prints out a receipt. Sorry, my ear was bothering me for a second. He offers it for me to sign, and I do.
You've got to go to the lot.
The lot?
It's past the off-campus parking. There's a metal fence surrounding it. Even you won't be able to miss it.
Oh, so we're a bit of a smartass, are we, Mr. Guard? He smirks at me, and then I try not to show my irritation. Thanks. I turn to leave, but he stops me.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Keys? What?
The passcodes.
He hands me a copy of the receipt. There are 2 series of numbers scribbled on there. Oh, right. He points to one code, then the other.
Type this code to get into the impound, and type this code to get into the lock on your bike.
Great. Got it. Thanks. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Am I fucking up right now? Because I remember that Kaori... Oh, damn. I might have actually just locked myself into Valerie. Because Kaori does a thing at lunch. That's supposed to happen today. Where Kaori feeds me her lunch. Ooh. Ooh. Shit. I think I'm fucking things up already. I leave quickly and head into the direction of the lot. Once I get closer, I can easily spot the fence. There's an electronic lock on the gate. As I type in the passcode for the impound, I glance around, checking if there's a guard, but I'm all alone. Okay. The gate opens with a sharp screech, temporarily cutting a rift in the otherwise silent air, and I walk in. There are a few vehicles on the lot, and I almost immediately spot my bike. There's a wheel lock on the back tire. I type in the second code into the side panel. It flashes green and unlocks with an echoing click. I eagerly wheel my bike out of the lot and back towards the gate. Uh-oh. As I head out of the impound, I walk straight into the bully from yesterday, who was flanked on either side with two equally mean-looking guys. All right, wow. Now then, we've gotten some very interesting things happening this time around. Where the hell did you come from? Come at me, bro. Pretend they aren't there and push past them. I barely even glance at them, and when the two friends try to block my path, I wheel my bike over the toes of the nearest guy. He yelps in pain and grabs his feet while the other guy stoops to help him.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Getting past you? Going home?
We're not finished here.
Too bad. I already beat your ass. He puts his hands on my bike to stop me. I freeze. A small twitch escapes me. I calmly hop down from my bike and wheel it to the side. Then I walk straight up to the bully and punch him squarely in the jaw. Touch my bike again. He staggers back but catches himself before he falls. He rubs his jaw and his face flushes red. He swings at me and I dodge. Duh. I easily evade his punch and barely block a punch from his friend. The other assailant charges at me, and at last second I step out of the way. He skids to a halt, and while he's off balance, I push him. He collides with the gate. With a sickening crack, I stay light on my feet while the other two circle me. The bully glares at me, his face contorted with rage. His leg comes steadily closer to my face when suddenly someone comes between us. He screams and falls to the ground as the new figure pushes his leg against the joint. One friend charges the newcomer, who blocks with the impossible speed. Who is this? He strikes with precision and pelts the friend with a flurry of punches. Who the fuck is this? The final fist to the jaw brings the attacker to his knees. Look out! The newcomer turns just in time to block the bully from striking him in the back of the head. Instead, he twists the bully's arm so he holds him in a wrist lock. The bully yelps in pain and immediately freezes.
Let go of me!
Who the fuck is this? Is this Akira? He locks up and suddenly the color drains from his face.
Only if you promise to leave this guy alone.
It is Akira. Holy shit. Now Akira's cool. That's my bro. Fuck you, Sho. His friends unsteadily climb to their feet and slowly back away.
Shit. Is that Akira?
You're damn right it is.
Looks like it.
There's no way I'm getting tangled with him.
The homie. The bully speaks through gritted teeth.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
The newcomer lets go and the bully scrambles out of his reach. He collects his friends and leaves quickly. Wow. Was not expecting that to happen.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I take a look at this guy. That white hair looks really familiar. He smiles at me and the realization strikes me like lightning. You're Akira.
Yep. And you're the new transfer student, right?
Yeah, that's me. I'm coming for your top spot, bro. I blink in surprise. Oh, oh, you've heard of me.
Sort of. I've heard of the American Gear.
American Gear! I hope I don't sound rude, but what exactly are you doing here? He holds up a similar receipt to mine.
Picking up my bike.
Ah, we're both a bunch of rugged rapscallions, aren't we? Did you park illegally too or something? He laughs.
No, I actually have a parking pass.
Wait, what? Really? Then what's your bike doing in here?
It's kind of a long story, but you know that surly guard in the lot?
Uh-huh.
He's had it out for me ever since I was a first year. I accidentally parked in a reserved spot without a pass, and it turned out to be his spot.
Ah. Oh no.
Yeah, he's never forgiven me for it. So every so often he claims there was a mix-up in the system or something, and my bike ends up in here.
That's weird. And you let him get away with it? He laughs again.
I'm sure this unusual system glitch will be investigated at some point.
And it's not like you won't be gone from here in a year. After all, this is your third year.
Anyway, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, I'll be fine, thanks. And you?
I'm fine.
Cool. Got any spots on your team?
I better get my bike and head home.
I nod and hop on my bike. Thanks again for stepping in, man. I owe you one.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
Oh, you will when I eventually kick your ass. Yeah, see you around. He waves and soon disappears among the cars. I rev my engine, feeling the familiar rush of adrenaline, and drive out of the lot. Hope Nikki didn't need a ride home today. I enter the house and hear laughter coming from the kitchen. I drop my bag on the floor and follow the sounds of my family and the delicious smells of dinner. Hey! I sit at the table and watch Nikki and Uncle Kaito move around the kitchen. They're wearing matching aprons. Looking good, Uncle. That apron really suits you. Brings out your eyes.
That's it. I'm done.
He tears off the apron and tosses it aside.
You said I'd look cool.
Nope. Nikki giggles and goes back to the food she's cooking.
You did look cool. Every lady loves a man who can cook.
And that's why I'm not impressed. And I love a lady who cooks for me.
Amen.
Kaito sits beside me. We laugh as Nikki sticks out her tongue at us.
Men.
So, what do we have and what's on the plate tonight, Nikki? Lasagna, spaghetti, more American, well, I guess that's technically Italian cuisine, but whatever.
Guess.
Oh god, not this again. Kaito laughs.
How was your day, bud?
Great, I kicked the ass, I got my bike back, we're all good.
Yeah? What kind of shenanigans did you get up to?
Oh, you don't want to know. Nothing major, had class this morning, checked out my gear after. I did manage to join a team, though. Nikki glances over her shoulder.
You found one that would take you? Congrats, big bro.
Yeah. Yeah, some team from yesterday. I had no luck finding any others, but luckily Sho offered to take me again today.
Isn't that the team you turned down?
I told you that? Yeah, but I didn't have any other options. Besides, they got a decent reputation. It's something to move forward for qualifiers, at least. Nikki turns back to the stove while Kaito claps me on the back.
Good job, kid. Who's on the team?
I actually have no fucking clue. Sho, myself, and a couple of girls.
Good-looking girls?
Well, I know one of them is good-looking from a previous playthrough, but right now I technically should not know that she's on this team.
Uncle Kaito, don't encourage him.
Nikki, this is going to be one of the few times I'm going to tell you that Uncle Kaito is right here and that he should encourage me. I shrug. Kaito winks at me.
I knew you could make being here work for you.
Thanks, I think.
And you got your bike back?
Yeah, thank God. At least I won't have to deal with a bus anymore.
Me too.
Keep dreaming.
Whoa. What happened to your bike?
Oh, God damn it. Nikki. Why would you do that?
He somehow managed to park it in the wrong place and it got impounded.
Really? How did you manage to do that?
Oh, you know, sometimes you're just not thinking. You know, it's this whole Japanese thing. They write their numbers in like straight lines, and they got some weird shit where it looks like that. I just couldn't tell the difference. Long story.
Let's be honest. It was obvious you were going to do something dumb on your first date.
Of course. Hey! Uncle Kaito laughs. Nikki shoots me a playful smirk. Nikki places plates in front of us, then removes her apron and joins us at the table.
What else did you get up to today?
I hung out at the pilot's lounge for a little bit.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was. I actually learned a lot about this guy named Akira. He's a top-tier pilot in the program.
So he's your rival.
He will be. Rival?
Yeah, these types of stories always need a villainous rival.
First of all, he's my bro. Let's not call him a villain. He might be a rival, but he's not a villain. Well, actually, he's a pretty nice guy. Well liked.
Really? Is he cute?
No, you can't have him, Nikki. He's way too old for you. How should I know?
Did the girls think he was cute?
I guess so. Nikki beams.
Accomplished, polite, and cute. You could learn a thing from him.
Nope, I got all the tools I need. I look like a fucking famous movie star. We're good enough. What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Nope. Kaito cleans his plate, then rests a hand on his stomach and lets out a loud belch. Nikki and I blink at him.
I was simply complimenting the chef.
I should do the same. That was a very, very fake burp. I open my mouth to burp, but Nikki squeals in protest.
Please don't. I'd rather not have them.
Too bad. Gonna do it anyway. Kaito and I laugh as Nikki clears the table. Then Kaito rests a hand on my shoulder.
Sounds like you've had quite the day, bud.
I sure did. It'll get easier once I'm in the swing of things.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Want to watch a movie or something before you two head to bed?
No. I almost say yes, but a long yawn escapes my mouth. I'm pretty tired. Think I'm gonna review my notes and go to bed early. Got qualifiers tomorrow.
That's fair. Nikki?
I'll join you when I'm done cleaning.
I'll help you.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
Cool. You guys do that. I stand up and Kaito and Nikki both wave.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Night. All right. I wave back and head to my room. I still haven't ran to Kaori again yet, ever since I almost ran her over with my bike. Haven't met Valerie either. I crawl into my bed and grab my tablet to review my notes from today's class. I'm only partway through when my eyes grow heavy and I can't read anymore. I flick off the light and close my eyes. That's someone's gonna make a highlight of that. Anyway, as I drift to sleep, I dream of tomorrow's qualifiers. I feel like I'm speeding through this first part. Per usual, I'm awoken by the blare of my alarm, but today I don't hesitate to get out of bed. I have a really busy day ahead of me and can't afford to lounge around. I get dressed and head downstairs. As I pass Nikki's room, I notice her door is open and her room is empty. She must be in the kitchen. When I reach the kitchen, no one is there. Usually Uncle Kaito is always gone before I wake up, but usually Nikki is around. There must be something going on in her school today, which is why she left early. I fix myself a quick breakfast and scarf it down. Then I hop on my bike and head to school. I don't remember what happened at this point with Nikki either. Once I reach campus, I navigate to my class easily. Hey, I'm getting used to this place. The classroom is mostly full by the time I arrive, and all the seats are in the back are taken. I spot an empty class close to the window by the front of the room. As I sit down, the girl beside me with bright pink hair, we finally meet Yoona. Glances briefly in my direction. A few minutes later, the professor enters the room and heads straight for the front desk.
Welcome to History 201. Today we'll be covering...
Who cares? The lesson lasts a while, but the material is not bad.
We only have a few minutes before class ends, but your first assignments will be a group project on a case study of your choice.
Uh-huh.
Since it's the first day of class, I'll be assigning your partners.
Sounds great. She points to a pair of students sitting next to each other. Finally, she reaches me.
You and you are partners.
Yes. Hello, love interest number 3. She points to me and the pink-haired girl beside me. We look at each other and she gives me a friendly smile. She seems nice enough.
Your project will be due next week. Class dismissed.
Great, not gonna work on it. The classroom is abuzz with the shuffle of students. I turn towards my partner. Hi, I'm Turdburger. She smiles warmly.
I'm Yoona. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, I bet you are. Her eyes flick to my stripes.
You must be new.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I tend to know most of the pilots here.
Although her uniform... Wait, what do you mean by that? Although her uniform fits like a glove, it's severely lacking in stripes. You aren't a pilot, are you? She laughs lightly.
No, I've just worked with a lot of them. I'm a pilot health and physiotherapy student.
Cool. That's a mouthful. She laughs again.
Yeah, PHPT for short. Anyway, what do you think our topic should be?
Pioneering pilots. What if we focus on the pilots who essentially made piloting what it is today possible? Wait, she's not a pilot. Of course, if you don't want to focus on pilots, we don't have to.
I don't mind. After all, what I'm studying is still relevant to pilots. It's a good idea. We can even begin with the early pilots who helped develop the first militarized gear.
And then we can awkwardly talk about your brother. My thoughts exactly. Yoona smiles.
It sounds like we have our topic.
Hooray! It's a hot topic, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this.
Me too. We're going to have a great project.
Oh, we're hitting it off so quickly. And somehow you're the best love interest that I have right now. I've done terribly in this first playthrough. By this time, most of the class has already caught up with their partners and left the room. We should probably do the same. There might be another class that needs this room. Anyway, we should probably get going.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right. I begin to gather my things when Yoona interrupts me.
Wait, may I have your number?
Why, yes, you may. The girl just asked me for my number. Smirk. Why does she want to know? No lady can resist my boyish charm. I flash her a winning smile. For you? Of course. Yoona blushes.
It's just so we can work on the project.
Uh-huh. For the project. I wink at her. I get it. She blinks and gives me a hesitant smile. We quickly exchange number and try that again, Blackjack. We quickly exchange numbers and gather our things. My phone vibrates as we leave the classroom. I glance at her, wondering if she already sent me a text, but she doesn't have her phone out. When I pull up my phone, I see an unread message from Sho. Big news, bro, Seth. We're in the first phase of our qualifier match. His team is meeting in the hangar. I wonder how the others are. I suppose I'll be meeting everyone soon enough. Once we're outside, Yoona turns towards me.
Do you have any more classes today?
Nope. No, but I'm headed for the hangar. I gotta meet my team before qualifiers. Bye! She nods.
Good luck.
Okay. Thanks. We wave and head our separate ways. Okay. Kaori shows in the hangar, eyeing his gear with a broad smile. He glances over his shoulder and waves at me.
Hey, bro.
Well, at least he didn't call me Brosep, so I can't get that mad. Hey, where is everybody?
They'll be here soon. They're not as fast as you.
I wasn't far. It's a gift. I'm ready for it's a gift. What can I say? Skilled at many things.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Maybe if you're lucky, you'll find Turdburger. What the fuck, dude? Sho laughs.
Luckily, the ladies didn't hear that.
I actually kind of wish the ladies heard that. Have you spoken to the rest of the team yet?
So, about that.
Sho, don't you ruin this for me. Suddenly we hear a voice behind us.
Sho, is this the new teammate you were talking about?
Yes. Why, hello, it is. She gives me a once-over, then sighs.
I suppose you'll do.
I suppose you'll do. You'll do if I have to settle for you. Thanks?
See, I told you you'd like him.
It's not like we're swimming in offers.
Sho ignores her and claps me on the back.
Welcome aboard, Broseph.
He said it. He points at the dark-haired girl who gives me a small smile.
This is Mayu, the last member on our team.
Hi, Mayu. You're so nice. She nods.
Glad to have you on our team.
Glad to be here. Thanks. So, now what?
Now we practice.
What about the match? Take the lead. I don't want to waste time. When's our qualifier?
Later today.
How late?
Late enough that we have time to practice. I need to assess your skill level so I know what we're working with.
Oh, you want to assess the skill level, huh? Fine. Sho glances at all of us, then breaks into a wide grin.
All right, we're in business. Let's do this.
I don't like your enthusiasm, sir. Mayu hides a smile while Kaori rolls her eyes.
Quit wasting time. Let's get into our gear and start a simulation.
Yeah, I'm with Kaori. Wait, before we go, how exactly do these matches work?
It's based on how many points you accumulate. We'll be competing against pre-programmed AI gears.
Uh-huh.
Who are like boss level difficult to defeat.
Uh-huh.
And our score is calculated by how many we beat, along with how well we fought overall. So things like accuracy, how many hits we take, tactics, teamwork, those are all added up.
So how many points are all those things work?
They don't share with us the exact breakdown, but everyone knows that defeating the AI gives you a buttload of points.
Okay.
Now hurry up and get in your gear. We really need to practice before it's our turn.
Hey, listen, I'm not trying to hold up the exposition here. She turns on her heel and the rest of us disperse. Do your whole animation and everything. Let's go. As I reach in my gear, I boot up the simulation. The usual stats float across my screen, but something about them seems off. Cowie's voice comes through the comm.
Where are your weapons?
I don't have any. I don't know. Let me see if there's something in the settings.
Why didn't you do a comprehensive check on your gear?
Because you weren't here to get on my ass about it yet. I did. It doesn't scan weaponry since it's not part of the mech's core function.
Your combat gear doesn't have weaponry set as a core function during checks.
I've never run into this issue before, although she does make a good point. I think I try every setting combination I could think of, but my weapons still aren't registering. Boy, I wish Valerie were here.
Try waiting a minute. Sometimes there's a lag while your gear warms up.
There shouldn't be lag. We wait anyway. After a few minutes, it's clear my weapons aren't going to show up because they haven't passed customs yet. I don't know what's going on.
Do you even have weapons?
Do you even lift? I mean, I know you do, but we get into that later on. Of course I do.
Then where are they?
Shh, they're back in America. Suddenly, Mayu's soft voice cuts through.
Maybe they're still being processed at customs? I've heard that gear and their accessories are processed separately.
Lovely.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh. How long would that process, how long would that take to process?
I don't know.
Great.
Too long. We need those weapons now.
Okay.
Don't worry, it'll be okay.
No, it won't.
No, it won't. How will we fight without weapons?
I'll figure something out. Let's just start the match. We're running out of time.
Fine. Everyone ready?
Yeah. Everyone's comm relay blinks green in affirmation.
All right. Let's start.
All right, and here's Generatrons. Here they are. We all get in a position and square off to take on the AIs. My closest enemy charges me with the sword raised. Juke. I barely manage to sidestep out of its way. This does not bode well. I retaliate with an uppercut and a punch to the solar plexus, which does some damage, but nowhere nearing the crushing blow I received. The AI shakes off my attack and immediately swings again. Defend. I raise one arm in defense as the sword sends another wave of shimmers over my shield. Using my free hand, I jab the AI in the side. I think that's what it is that because I picked a more athletic person, that timer goes a lot longer now. Just as before, Eagle takes an alarming amount of damage while my attack on the AI barely phases it. I dodge and block most of the attacks, however, I can't return attacks and can only defend. And I'm depowered. How nice. With my energy core gradually depleted, it doesn't take much for the AI gear to wipe me out. Without a fourth teammate, my team barely manages to win. We all shut up the simulator and climb out of our gear. Cannot wait for Kaori to comment on all of this. I start to head back towards the team, but they all get to me first. Kaori, what do you have to say about all this?
We can't play a match like that. We hardly scored any points.
Oh, yeah, That won't be a problem because I'm about to go Super Saiyan, because I know what happens.
Don't worry, Kaori. I'm sure he'll have his equipment soon.
I won't.
Not soon enough. The match is today.
Correct.
Maybe he shouldn't compete. We can tell them we have 4 members, but one of our gears is in no condition to fight.
Mayu looks at her determinedly.
No, he has to. It's the only way.
It's the only way, Mayu. You are the only way. Sho looks apologetically at me.
Look, maybe you should just hang back. Without weapons, the AIs will ruin you.
Ah, who gives a shit? They're just AI. I can still help us gain points.
No. Sho is right. You have to hang back. That will maximize our qualifier points, which is what's important right now.
They don't believe in your boy. Your boy knows. Sho stares in shock.
Did you just agree with me?
Not now, Sho.
Yeah, not now.
You never agree with me.
Not now.
Idiot! Why do you keep saying that?
Yeah, stop being an idiot. Just then a group of engineers come towards us.
What are your gears still doing here?
Say what?
Huh?
They've got to be prepped for the next match.
I don't remember this happening. This is new too.
That means we're next. Let's go.
What about our gears?
The engineers will handle it.
Okay. The engineers disperse towards our gear. My team splits up to head to the locker rooms. Okay. That was a long session, but I wanted to at least get that first chunk of stuff out of the way. And crazy enough, we have not run into Valerie yet. I don't remember when we ran into Valerie in my first playthrough of this, but I feel like it should have happened by now. We ended up getting Kaori first, and then on top of that, we didn't meet what's her name, Yoona, until like literally 10 minutes ago. Yoona was the first character we met. So it's interesting. And there's some different cutscenes that have happened along the way too. It's weird. So I'm kind of interested to see like all that can happen now during this playthrough. I'm glad that it's different enough so that it gives you incentive to actually want to watch. So again, thank you guys so much. Again, if you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe down below. I actually, believe it or not, have donated to the Patreon of Pixel Fade, so now I am a Pixel Fader. I'm giving them $25 a month because I really did enjoy Ace Academy, and I might now know of a third project that they're working on. There will be a third, and I do kind of want to play it when it does come out. There is a second, the second one is Crystalline, but there is a third one. I can't say anything. I don't think I'm allowed to say anything about it, but I do know about it now. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, if you want to support them, I'll put their Patreon and stuff down below. Go and help them out. They make some great visual novels, and it's been enjoyable. But again, thank you so much. Subscribe down below if you're brand new to the channel. Leave a comment, tell me what you think and about seeing me for once. You can also see me on Twitch, which is down below as well. And then go ahead and leave a like on the video if you've appreciated the content that you've seen today. Thank you again so much. Goodbye and good night. Bang. Everybody gets to see that now. Now everybody gets to see like everything that happens like once this is all over. Oh, and they also get to see Piki in the background. Sup, buddy? Love you, man.